now. So, Brian, I guess maybe the first question is, what are the things that you start considering when it's time for that pivot?
The main signals I look for is how easy is it to make a sale? Meaning, you can use any example. You go, are your sales down in your business? Why? Okay, right? That's a signal you're looking for. Do you have a product or service that was trending and now is not trending? Or do you have a traditional place, like a restaurant or something, that something else, some other market signal is lowering your sales? So it starts with sales, and I'll use myself as an example. Selling marketing consulting or marketing solutions is a slower sales process just in itself, right? But with the economy the way it is, people aren't spending the amount of money that we're charging, right? Even though you can educate them and let them know, by investing with us, the intent is to help you increase sales and make more money, right? But I find the sales process is not only slower, but the industry is changing because due to things like AI and people DIYing everything, the industry shifting in marketing. So that's my signal to say, okay, how do I change what or how I sell something? Ultimately, I still am selling marketing solutions, but it's how am I approaching it?
One of the things is, more times than not, we will try something new or we'll get a signal from an unexpected place. And the other stuff we're doing isn't working. The stuff that we really, really want to happen is not connecting on some level. And then out of left field, we start getting traction, or people start replying to an offer that you had forgotten about, or you hadn't been thinking about, or you hadn't even put a lot of time into marketing. And
Right.
most people will just consider that a one-off, right? And I just need to go on, or they'll try to replicate what they did with this signal that people are responding to, this offer that people are responding to. We'll say, why do I replicate it over here? My take is, and I'm at a point now where I'm like, why don't I just pivot into the thing that people are asking for and put aside the thing that people aren't really asking for right now, and not try, just because I'm in love with the idea of the thing that I want, the thing I want to sell, I'm in love with it and I think it's fantastic. People are actually buying this over here.
That's right.
And so it's swimming upstream to say, well, I just need to duplicate the offer over here and make this one. No, sometimes you just got to walk away and say, you know what? People aren't responding to this offer, and that's fine. We can revisit this another time. Let's put all the chips on the table on this thing. And that's where I'm at right now in one of my businesses. I think oftentimes as business owners, we fall more in love with our ideas and business models that have worked in the past, and we tend to ignore new signals that are out there.
100% correct. It can be a real detriment to your business because I've gone for the last 18 months trying to do one thing, and I'm finally pivoting to something that I think is really the way to go and the way to handle marketing for small, medium-sized businesses going forward with today's tech landscape. And it's a double-edged sword because you got to build this out and you work so hard, but you still want to try to sell your services. But then you're like, you got this mental block in your head or this mental issue in your head where it's like, damn, why didn't I think about this 18 months ago?
Right.
So that self-hate you get when you feel like. So what I'm doing essentially is 531 Labs is remaining as a company, but it's becoming a real tech laboratory. It's becoming a development agency, and I'm not shifting to that as my service. I'm just shifting and pushing 531s to the background as kind of my playground to develop business systems and processes using AI and all the technology that's out there these days.
Okay.
What's coming from that is a new brand and a new company that's going to run the marketing services for small to medium-sized businesses called Hey There Marketing. Essentially what it is, it's an AI-powered growth department and marketing department that has different teams in it that are all automated by AI. You got intelligence, marketing, sales, client care, and the best part of it is that we kind of run this system on the back end and it handles all these things for you. And it delivers to the client a morning brief every day that they can log into, or they get an email or whatever. And it says, look, this is what's going on. This is what you need. These are the gaps in your marketing with your Google business profile, your reviews, your ranking on Google, your ranking on iChats. Here's what your competitors are doing. It runs these intelligence reports and these marketing reports and these sales reports all on autopilot. But what it gives you is a simple daily dashboard essentially to come into and say, we need you to approve this because we think these are your social posts that you should post. These are the emails you should send out if you're doing email, and you just approve it and it does it, right?
Right.
So we're trying to build something that does a lot of that monotonous work that people are asking for, right? So Brian and I teach AI workshops to show people how to create relevant data for their business so they can post and create content and all that stuff. I'm trying to actually take that away to some level for those that don't want to DIY it and just want to log in and say, how's my business doing? Can you recommend anything? Because that's what I get hit with. Going back to what you said, Brian, that's what I get hit with on a daily basis. I just got off a phone call, someone asking me about how they talk to ChatGPT to do XYZ for something in their business. And while I answer them,
Uh-huh.
that would already have been answered. It's constantly running these intelligence reports on the back end and looking for gaps that you can keep producing content with or whatever, whether it's ideas, whether it's actual social posts, whether it's video ideas. I mean, you could have this running. It gives you a video idea. You can work with Brian and he can help you get the video shot just like that. So I'm trying to take away that learning gap of AI and just give you what you're looking for. How the hell do I get more sales? What am I missing here? Those kind of answers to those questions.
So, and basically the solution you're offering is I want to improve my sales and marketing without learning about how to do sales and marketing.
Correct.
And I think that's a pitch that makes most sense. And that's part of what I'm talking about with offer clarity and the pivot. Sometimes the offer that you put the least amount of thought into, and you're like, okay, this is brilliant. It's a benefit to the clients. It's straightforward. Or I'm phoning it in. I just need to get something up there. Those end up attracting more because they're simpler. You haven't put as
Right.
much time into layering all the other details and stuff into it. And so what we're experiencing right now with the basketball training nonprofit is this. We have this all the bells and whistles kind of, training, and we're talking about all the different modalities we're using and all the other stuff. And I took a Hail Mary flyer and said, or we could just get your kid ready for the season so they can go out and compete in tryouts. And I just put that out there. And within a couple of minutes of me posting it, we got our first registration. One price point, 8 weeks of training, get your kid ready for the season. That's what people responded to, as opposed to this overwrought, overthought, complex thing that I had created, trying to teach them, the importance of training and all this other stuff. And so what I did was I'm like, okay, the signal is saying that people are paying for this, and the friction to get them to pay was non-existent. So let me lean into this side of it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm putting down more complex models that I built that I love, and I think that they provide tremendous benefit to our clients. And I'm leaning into, let's go simple. Let's make it simple. And I think the lesson that business owners can learn is understand this. And this is just a baseline thing. Most people are selfish. Even the most friendly, most generous person that you've ever met, the person with the biggest heart in the world, when it comes to spending money or when it comes to buying things or making a purchase decision, the thing is they're looking at is, how does this benefit me?
Even subconsciously.
Yeah.
You
What's the benefit? If I pay money, how does this benefit me? And I think oftentimes as business owners, we want to sell this entire experience and all this other stuff. And we the thing we don't want to talk about is, how does this narrowly benefit this person who is this self-interested side of them, right? How do we tickle that self-interested side of this person's brain?
Yeah.
And we end up overcomplicating our offer or adding too many bells and whistles. Because I've had offers that were terrible. They were really generous. There's too many things in them.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do too much. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm making this really sweet and I'm making this value packed for this customer. And they're sitting there like, I don't want all that. I just want this one or two things.
I mean, that's the premise of what I'm doing. Because people in theory, they want to learn about AI for their business. That sounds great. And that's what everybody's teaching. That's in theory. That's in a vacuum, right? The reality is, I had someone tell me yesterday, they said, Brian, business is hard. And there's so many moving parts and I got so much shit to do. And the first thing that I drop is marketing. First thing I stop caring about is marketing. And that pains me to hear as a marketer. And it just screams that they don't have time. Like, who has time? If you own a pizza shop, who has time to worry about learning AI and marketing for a pizza shop? I mean, there's people out there like, well, just hustle and get it done. And that's what you got to do. And while I don't discount that, if you're a pizza shop owner and you want to go full bore and you want to be pushing out video and stuff, I know that that works and it will work for you. Like that's the best plan.
Yeah.
There's for every one of those, there's a million that will not ever do it.
Right.
Right.
And yeah, and I agree with that because here's the thing: for a lot of people, like for me, learning about AI and marketing is fun. It's great fun. It's stuff I'll do in my downtime. Nobody has to pull my leg. I don't have to see an immediate benefit out of it. It's just
Right.
something that interests me, and learning how technology is allowing business owners to operate on different levels. I'm fascinated by that stuff. But that's me, and that's what my business is.
Yeah.
For your average person that is swimming up to their neck in invoices, managing staff and all the other stuff, that's just another thing to do. That's another task. That's another chore. And while over time it may make their life easier if they know how to market their own business, that's over time. And right now, they don't have the time. Time is the thing that they can afford least. And so they're willing to pay for faster, easier. Where's the easy button? I'll learn about this when I have a breathing room, but I have
Yeah.
to get breathing room first.
Yeah.
And I think that's that for marketers specifically, that's the piece that we miss out on a lot is this stuff is fantastic for us. It's fun for us. But
Mhm.
for other people, building an email list and sending emails out to the email list is a chore.
Yes. 100%. It's because they're in the business of whatever they're in.
Right.
And I mean, psychologically, that makes total sense. We'll use Matt from last week. He sells ice cream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless he is super interested and finds it somewhat intriguing or fun to learn every aspect of marketing and how it applies to ice cream shops,
Mm-hmm.
why the hell would he waste his time? He's got staff.
Right.
It's not what's the latest model of AI that does XYZ.
Right. And it doesn't make his life easier.
Right.
Yeah. People do that balancing act though. Okay, if I learn this now, it can make my life easier. Is it worth the time investment of making my life harder in the short term?
They almost never stay consistent with it. Marketing isn't something you dabble in, dabble out, dabble in, dabble out. That's not how it works.
Right.
Not effectively, anyway. So yeah, I mean that's why Brian and I are here. That's why we do what we do is because businesses need someone to do it for them and we trade that value. You
Right.
pay us, we make you more money. That's just the way it is.
Yep. I'm always going to encourage you as a marketer, as somebody who's done this and markets his own business. I'm always going to encourage you to stay inside your own marketing and be present and really shape
Yep.
the direction of the marketing. I'm always going to expect that you at least make some time to add your own flavor into the marketing, right? Add, your own personality and inject that into there. But I also understand that this can't, you learning marketing and doing the marketing and then trying to run all the business stuff something that takes it to being overwhelming at a certain point. If your marketing isn't bringing in enough money to buy you time, then the
Right.
marketing is just another thing to do, another bell to answer.
Yeah.
So now we apply this to y'all because we're talking about us. How do we apply it to y'all? I think one of the first things is if you're struggling or you're experiencing a slowdown in any specific part of your business, the first thing you got to look at is how does your offer explain what the benefit is to the client, to the end user, And the biggest thing is what pain point drives them to your door? Why do they call you? Why do they come in? An ice cream shop, what drives people to their door? They want ice cream. It's hot.
Yeah.
You promise the kids ice cream. This is a treat that you can buy them and you can buy some pieces as a parent. That's the hook. Not, this ice cream is, sourced from here, or any of
Yeah.
the other stuff.
You're selling a indulgent luxury. Nobody needs ice cream.
Yeah. They
Right?
want it.
They want it. And it's an indulgent luxury. What drives people to do it? And that's definitely necessary. But what other signals should you look for? Is the industry down as a whole?
Mhm.
How are ice cream sales nationally, regionally? Are they up? Are they down? Is it you? Is it you or is it the industry? And then you figure out, what's my competition doing? All these are signals that you need to pay attention to in order to understand how and why you need to pivot.
What's the customer experience like? Because that's a huge consideration. What is the customer journey like when they decide to do business with you?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are barriers that you may not even be aware of that they're encountering. I ran into that a couple weeks ago when I launched this basketball camp. And on my end, everything looked incredible. Like it made sense. It flowed logically. What happened when the the parents started registering is they were getting error messages from our website. And instantly that sent the signal, there's something wrong with this offer.
Right.
Subconsciously, even though it was a clerical error and even it could happen to anybody, that sent the signal, and instantly they had a negative customer experience at the beginning. And so that limits our ability to reach them and re-engage them. And it could be something small like, the wrong number got entered on the initial form when I was building out the page, which is what happened. But it created this entire cascade of a negative customer experience. And so I had to actually go through as a customer and see what they're seeing and experience it myself to say, this is what needs to get fixed. So there's a benefit in asking your customer what their journey is, but also trying to find a way to experience that journey yourself.
Yeah. 100%. You got to figure out where your gaps are in your whole customer experience, right? So like Brian was talking about releasing something new. So he built something and there was a clerical error on the software side that caused friction and caused a gap or a leak that he had to fix. That was like right away. So when you're launching something, that happens, right? It can happen. But say you haven't changed anything, you haven't created anything new, and sales are down. Is there something else? When's the last time you ate your own ice cream?
Yeah.
Is there something wrong? Is the consistency off? That's why like the big boys, like the Walmarts of the world, that's why they employ secret shoppers.
Yep.
That's how you really figure shit out. Is actual interactions and going through the customer experience process. I hate going to Walmart. There's only certain times I'll go when it's not busy, but I go because the prices are cheap. So they know people want to shop with them, but they know that they can increase that if they increase the customer experience. So I know there's a big focus right now of secret shoppers at Walmart.
Right. Well, and then the question is, because I think you're asking where we go from here. I think, what are the signals? Like, what signals can you see? I need to consider a pivot, or I need to reevaluate what the client journey is. Like, I gave one, but there are other signals that are available out there as a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
I will be as simple as possible. When you have something that worked and all of a sudden shit ain't working no more.
Right.
Like you had something that worked, and then one day, all of a sudden, it just stopped working. That is a strong signal that we need to pull this apart, as opposed to thinking, oh, this is going to sort itself out. Sometimes you need to actually have the mind like, oh, it's going to sort itself out, but let me go take a look under the hood just in case.
Yeah. You got to be able to determine what's temporary signal and what's actually not working anymore. I can give kind of an example of a signal that I've recently saw more like major. Jersey Mike's just overtook Chick-fil-A as the number one fast food joint in America.
Really?
So I was intrigued by that because I'm a Jersey Mike's fan, but I'm like, why did that happen? What did Jersey Mike's figure out, and what is Chick-fil-A lacking on? It ended up that they push heavy of influencer marketing now, and I don't mean popular people. I mean, there's people with YouTube channels that have 30, 40, 80,000 subscribers that they're employees making sandwiches at Jersey Mike's, and it's that kind of a point of view. And to give you an idea of what kind of content they're putting out, this guy, one of his most popular videos is what's better, an Italian number 11, whatever it is, Italian double meat or the jumbo sandwich. What's a better value? So he makes them both. He shows it and he weighs it and he does all sorts of stuff. And they're just quick reels, right? They're vertical video.
Right.
People with meta glasses on. And there's tons of this stuff going on. You could say, okay, well, it's just a trend. Okay. But they also just overtook Chick-fil-A.
Right.
It's not a coincidence, is what I'm getting at.
Well,
so they saw a signal of like, I don't see Chick-fil-A doing anything much online. I'm just talking like I'm Jersey Mike's now. So what can we do? We can start pushing people to do this kind of stuff because people love it. And there you go.
I'm looking it up on YouTube as we speak. The Chick-fil-A, at least. I think somebody at Jersey Mike said, here's what's happening, guys. We can hit a segment of the population that people aren't speaking to, because most YouTube channels, vast majority of YouTube channels are under 100,000 subscribers. Those are the ones that get the most traffic. It sounds counterintuitive, but the traffic is spread out, right?
Yes.
And so if you hit those channels and saturate them with those kind of videos, you're going to get bigger bang for buck per video. Because I'm even sitting there looking at what Chick-fil-A is doing right now, right? And the shorts that they've created. And they're weird cooking videos, AI generated cooking videos.
Yeah, see.
They look like.
And for whatever reason, Jersey Mike's, my research shows that they're pushing out this type of specific content.
Yeah.
And they're doing secret menu items. It's very popular. They're really pushing towards Gen Z type audience. And I think that's why Gen Z hops on trends and stays there for quite a while.
Well, and my kids, because my son is obsessed with secret menu items. Like he'll spend time looking up such and such a secret menu item just so that he can try ordering it. And I think that there's something to be said there. If you lean into that, specifically Jersey Mike's, you're engaging a part of the segment of your audience that loves that kind of stuff. So you're doing the Jersey Mike one. I'm going down the Chick-fil-A rabbit hole. What does this mean to our clients? What does this mean to our audience here?
The signals, my friends.
Yeah. Listen to the market signals and lean into them. If you have a video that does really, really well, try to find what made that video, what message you were conveying in that specific video and duplicate it.
Yeah.
Don't fight it, lean into it.
Yes.
Because I think what happens is too often we get aligned with the fighting side of it, and fighting it makes it a little bit more difficult. Fighting the signal makes it a little bit more difficult. Lean into it. Because if you lean into it, you give yourself money coming in because now you're addressing something that people are really looking for. On top of you're creating a pathway to get money, but then you're also giving yourself more capital to really launch the thing that you want to launch.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Because Chick-fil-A, I'm even looking at it, really all their LinkedIn posts are just high contrast images of their food and their staff. And they're at 1.2 million followers on their Instagram. The reels are eat more chicken, the whisper game. Like it's fun stuff. Yeah. And Instagram is probably where they figured out they'll pour the most money into. So I'm just saying that's probably the market signal that they said, let's lean into Instagram.
So they have 2.1 million on for Chick-fil-A on Instagram. And if I share this, you would say, oh, well, they're killing Jersey Mike's.
Right.
This goes to your point that you were just saying. 2.1 million, but against Jersey Mike's 350,000.
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's just overtook them as the number one fast food in the country, right?
Right.
So how does that happen? Because they have more followers. Right. So I can look at this. You can see all these highly produced photos, right?
Right.
It's not the same. It's not. People are craving those authentic stuff, and I'm telling you, we're kind of bagging on their social media and looking at Jersey Mike's social media and everything. But I'm telling you, Jersey Mike's is paying influencers.
Yeah.
To do these work with me type point of view videos.
Yeah.
And people, excuse the pun, people eat that shit up.
They're basically paying their employees to be their influencers and be their unofficial spokesman.
Right.
Official, unofficial spokesman. And I think Jersey Mike's is tickling that impulse buying part of somebody's brain.
So here's another one. This video right here. This guy has 491 subscribers. And all he does is review food. And this one, he talks about 3 different sandwiches that he ordered. And he goes through. I personally hate watching people eat.
Yeah, I do too.
It kind of grosses me out. And this guy likes to eat. And I think he eats almost all these sandwiches, which is amazing. He doesn't look out of shape. But this is the type of content that they're paying influencers for. But then you have employees making sandwiches in the shops of their own YouTube channels or TikToks,
yep,
or Reels or whatever, and they're just killing it. They're killing it.
And it goes back to the impulse buying brain. When somebody's out and about and looking for something to eat, this is the thing that lodges in the back of their mind. They watch this video and saying, "Ooh, next time," and they drive by Jersey Mike's. "Ooh, you know what? I'm hungry. I'm gonna swing by Jersey Mike's."
Matt's in here now, so I'm gonna pick on Matt again. We were talking yesterday, about how he doing like a live stream of him just serving for a half hour on a busy day, having the wherewithal to have a camera ready to go and just hit live stream on Facebook. And it's like, ooh, what's Dip Cravers doing? They watch, and people like watching that stuff for whatever reason. We're all voyeurs in some way. And I don't mean that sexually. I just mean we like to watch shit. Right. And you watch that and you're like, what's going on? And you start watching it. And then, like you just said, you know what sounds good? Ice cream. Let's go get some ice cream real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A video of Matt putting together a shake is going to do more to get people in the door than just about anything else, especially on a hot day. You're putting together your new shake. Now people are saying, oh, wait, they have shakes now? Yes, they do. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. And I think when we talk about people overcomplicating it, that's the simplest way to simplify it. Really leaning into that side of things and saying, you know what? What's the signal I want to send out to people?
Yeah.
We have shakes now. Don't these shakes look good? Come get your shake.
100%. This is Crispy Pizza, which Brian and I talk about a lot. This is their YouTube Shorts channel. That is a perfect example for any restaurant in any part of the world. If you want people watching what you do, they do it right. I say they do it right because it is simple, easy, edited stuff.
All it is does pineapple belong on pizza? This slice will change your life, right? It's the shorts side of things. And you're looking at 500,000 views here, 67,000 here, 500,000 views here. These are all potential clients that they're sending it out to, right? All potential clients. And all of this is shorts content. And their call to action is pretty simple. They have Instagram to follow. You can buy merch here. It drives you straight to their store or their website. When you're in New York, go check them out. That's really what this is about. That's what it is. Don't our pizzas look good? Here's us making the pizzas. You can see there's real people behind here. This is what it looks like behind a pizza shop. Come get a slice. I want a pizza right now just because I see their stuff on the screen.
Like that one underneath the Hawaiian one, the simple things in life. I've seen that one. It's good. He just makes a simple pizza, right?
Yeah.
And yes, these guys they're from New York, so they're fun to watch. They've created all these different little slang terms and stuff due to this channel, right?
Right.
I've heard someone say, no flop jalop, right? That just means no floppy pizza, right?
Guess what? There it is.
Yeah, no slop jalop.
That's where it is. So even on their YouTube channel, I'm showing you guys this. Their YouTube channel's reached a point where they can have a store on here where they can sell their own merch. And they probably make a decent amount of money selling their own merch.
100%.
So this is the opportunity that's out here, guys. And they're leaning into the market signals. They started posting these videos and people started responding to the videos. And then instead of trying to fight upstream, like, I don't want to be on the screen and all this other stuff, they just leaned into it.
Yeah. They do some long form, 3, 4, 8 minutes. And they get traffic on those as well.
Yeah.
But they concentrate on shorts and TikToks and reels. It's good stuff. Like Battle of the Crispy Pizza Cousins. It's just good. They just make a couple pizzas. That's all it really is. There's no advanced techniques here, you know?
Yeah. Let's click on, I'm gonna see what their most popular video is. Boss makes a meat lover stuffed pizza. It has 1 million viewers. It's him making a pizza and talking.
Yeah.
This is getting them clients, a place where people travel. If they're traveling and they're in New York, they're going to come stop by.
43 million.
Yeah. For business owners, especially if you are a brick and mortar business that is in the food side of things or a place where people have to come in, you can make yourself a destination that people want to go check out.
You look at these shorts. This is a masterclass in small business marketing if you're a restaurant or that type of business.
Yep. They're making themselves a destination. They also make themselves a destination where influencers want to come and try their pizza and post the content. Now they're borrowing from social media personalities, or borrowing their audience and showing their pizza on these social media platforms.
It's like going viral, but in the most beautiful, consistent,
effective
way. And like Brian said, now influencers want to come there and eat there, which they do.
Mm-hmm.
And that you're now getting that influencer's traffic.
Yep. It's not
right.
It's not hard. It's not easy. It's not hard, but it's not easy. But it's doable. It's just making the effort. Imagine he probably has some kind of pocket camera or something, and they just record views on that pocket camera. It's flexible enough that they can record vertical, they can record horizontal. They probably don't have a big, huge, expensive setup. I can see the little DJI mics that you can buy starting at $89 for 2 of them with a receiver and stuff. And that's what they're using.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's not easy. It just requires effort, and it's doable for everybody.
Yeah. They've created a content creation system that is extremely effective. They found a rhythm, right?
They tried it. People responded to it. That's the signal. We're going all in on this thing. That's the signal. And it may not have been what they envisioned, but they don't ever have to hire a marketing agency outside of this unless they really want to scale up. They have everything they need just posting on YouTube, and I imagine they probably have a TikTok running or an Instagram running.
Because it started with they weren't doing any of this. This is all the son's doing. The dad wasn't going to do this. Probably gave him pushback. No one's going to watch this. You know what I mean? But that's wrong. And you can go to the older videos and then the newer ones. The dad's much more engaged than he was in the older videos. Right.
Guys,
because he realized he saw the signal too and said, this shit works.
Yeah. It's a simple concept. You just got to commit to it. Figure out what that part of your business is that you're willing to show and get it out there. It doesn't have to be video. It could be photos. It could just be you talking about your industry and talking about what you know and sharing your knowledge. But figure out the thing that works for you and then lean into it and stop expecting that it's, it has to be this complex thing. But this, and listen for the signal. Somebody says, hey, I saw your video. I came in. That's the signal. Now we need to post 2 videos instead of 1. That's what I'm saying. And so these are the signals. Crispy's Pizza listened to the signals, and now they're getting the business.
Yeah. There's probably enough money coming in through their content now where, I don't know, they gave everybody raises. They're able to, buy the upgraded that's been broken for 30 years. Stuff like that, because now they got an extra 4, 5, 6, 10 grand coming in or whatever.
Helps cover overhead. All that other stuff that matters is getting started and getting your message out there, guys, and not overcomplicating it. And because the best thing about posting from your business to social media is you get your feedback back pretty fast. You get your signals back pretty quickly.
100%.
A lot of it. But the marketing system doesn't have to be complex, guys. None of these things are saying you got to come in right now and buy our pizza, buy our pizza, buy our pizza. They're showing you how good it is. You just got to do the rest.
I'd like to kind of take the end of this to kind of pitch ourselves a little bit here, because this is the stuff that Brian and I are experts in. I'll pitch the Foundry a little bit. Go join the Foundry, school.com, skool.com/Foundry. What I really want to pitch today for both of us is that my new brand, Hey There Marketing, is takes the thinking out of what you should be doing in your business as it relates to marketing, right? And then a little pitch for Brian as well is, like, you see these crispy pizza type stuff. He can help get you a system that allows you to do this the most efficient way, so it's the least amount of friction for you inside your business. Because that's what holds people up. The friction of doing it is what holds people up. Oh, I don't have a camera. You have a phone, right?
Yeah. It
doesn't matter anymore. He can get you over those hurdles, right? So hit us up. And I'm not begging. I'm just telling you that's what people need. People come up to us all the time asking and seeking advice, and Brian and I give it away for free. But to really help a business, it's really imperative that we dig in and really help build the efficiencies in you as a person for creating content, and you and your business as a whole. That I charge people is less than a part-time employee.
Yeah.
Much less. And some people say, well, I can't afford it. Let people know that we're here to really help there.
Yeah. Lock in.
I don't know.
I think consistency is always going to be key. Consistency is the most important key of Content is also the most important key of your marketing. Having a consistent message out there in front of the audience that matters the most does more than having a viral video that goes out to a bunch of people and it's a one-off kind of virality. And so the way you get that is I can help you build out your vision of what duplicating and stealing crispy pizza strategy is, but it's going to require you locking in and committing to it. And so I can build a marketing system that makes it easy for you to lock in, but the execution piece is still, you got to go out there and execute. Thanks for tuning in. It's
Thanks
been
for